Welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I'm your host, Martel Rowland, here with Crystal B.
How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is having a good day. It is a little muggy today by all means, but we have some exciting news coming out of the state of Wisconsin.
But
Coming from
I gotta ask you a
oh,
question.
okay, what's that?
Am I just want to make sure I'm not the only one. Am I the only one who, when getting ready to go for work and I'm on my way to work, I'm getting ready to walk out the door? Am I the only one who choose to hold they poop just so I can get paid to poop at work?
I've heard of a lot of people that do that. But a lot of people that do that.
I wait till I get to work so that way I can get paid for pooping.
Um, there is a lot of people that will wait to go use the facilities.
I mean, I just want to know if I was the only person who does that.
I mean, you're probably not, because I've heard of people that just want to waste company time and just. I mean, I was dealing with a person today that didn't leave the restroom for 15 minutes.
Oh, I'll be in there for at least a half hour.
Oh, jeez.
But um,
Oh my
so
gosh.
speaking of, so I'm actually the episodes are going to be flopped. So you're going to get this episode before the episode is already recorded. It comes out. So I'm flopping the episodes around. I'll turn my gain up just a little. Um, so the reason why we're flopping episodes are, well, maybe I could leave it the same. I just put this one out today. Who knows? So the reason why we are flipping the episodes is because the Milwaukee Bucks are the new NBA World Champions. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks, 2021 World Champions. And I guess I should do this. I know it's gonna be some people from Phoenix that's gonna be upset with me, but I have to do it. I have to do it.
Okay, what is that?
Ah, Phoenix! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous Milwaukee Bucks and your two-time NBA champions and feel the power.
There it is. There it is. The world champions, the NBA 2021 world champions.
I'm so excited. I have been to all the festivities since the championship win, and it has been amazing to see the outcome and seeing everybody from all different backgrounds out. And the thing about it, it wasn't no if goofiness. There was no violence. It was just a really good time. And
To me,
mhm.
I saw the parade for like 5 minutes on cable TV at work, and I was really impressed. I was very impressed.
Yeah,
Everyone when everything went so smooth. I mean, really that they were just saying law enforcement and the National Guard had really nothing to do but other than shake people's hands, which
yeah,
which I thought, to me, with all the stuff that's been going down, all the negative stuff that's been going down in 2021, even though COVID is still around, things are actually starting to improve.
yeah. And people look at Milwaukee like it's such a problematic city, and this just proved that when there's something like this that could bring so many people together, that people actually get along with each other here.
And it does make sense. Where you could be in any city in the United States, any city in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You could be in anywhere in North America. You could be in Europe, Japan, Australia, wherever it is. There's always going to be bad areas. You and I have had this conversation before. Off the mic. But now they were saying now people from other states, countries, and other parts of the world are going to want to actually travel to Milwaukee to
Yeah,
actually see the Pfizer Forum. Okay,
the
they're going to
Deer
want to see this
District.
big billboard. Okay, which will probably be in Milwaukee forever, of the 2021
Yeah,
champions.
they want to see the Deer District.
And that's it, the Deer District. And I just heard on one of the local stations in Milwaukee saying that they're going to start doing some renovations and get it all cleaned up and
Yeah,
fixed up, and they're actually going to make it so you can have like outdoor concerts, and they do a bunch of venues, which I think, to me, what again, if Milwaukee can push the limits a little bit farther than a lot of cities do, by all means. We actually so just a heads up, Pfizer Forum
thanks for
and the
sharing a lot
Deer
of time.
District is the largest. The Deer District is the largest district in National Basketball Association or NBA,
Yeah.
okay, that has the most area per capita to have not just people in the stadium, but also outside the stadium.
Yep.
We actually rank number one. We actually took it from getting rid of the Kohl Center to the Pfizer Forum and making that whole area that they, whoever, dreamed this up, by all means, and they're going to keep going on it. To me, and then we get the championship. I mean, I don't know how many times you want to rank ourselves number ones, but I think we got a few number ones in our book right there. By all means.
Yeah. So as far as I was at the NBA Finals game down in the Deer District, and I can just say the environment was so electric. It's like you didn't really have to be drunk to enjoy that environment. It was just so electric and it was so much fun. They had sent out the final numbers, I believe, last night or this morning. So on Tuesday during the NBA Finals, there was roughly over 100,000 people in the Deer District, Pfizer Forum, and then in downtown surrounding area during
Wow.
the NBA Finals. Because the Deer District held 65,000 people. Pfizer Forum holds 17,000 people, and they don't include the people that's in the surrounding area. I was talking to a coworker the next day after the NBA Finals who lives in Waukesha, and she was like, she said she had heard like she thought that she heard chanting, so she's like, I went outside and she's like, Mom, be quiet. And she said we were so loud down in a Deer District that you can hear us chanting all the way in Waukesha County
Wow.
during the NBA Finals. That's just how electric that environment was.
That blows my mind. I mean, that was that much power, in a
Yeah.
positive kind of power.
Although I'm not going to admit, I was kind of biting my nails because I wasn't sure that we were going to win next. That I had so much faith. I was like, oh my God, please let us win this game. And then when we got down to like that final minute and a half, and we had the steal, and then I think Giannis had another block, and I was like, it was just like, and then I think I believe it was Devin Booker or Chris Paul went for a three and missed, and then Giannis ended up getting fouled, and he goes to the free throw line to shoot his free throws, and then I believe Chris Middleton got fouled, and he shoot. I was like, oh my God, it's 40 seconds left. We're up by 6 points. Oh my God, we're the NBA champions. Like I literally thought my oldest brother was into, like, I think he was cried a little, to be honest, because this is something that we never thought would happen. To be honest, at least in my lifetime and or some other people, it's been 50 years since the
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks has won a championship, and here they are as the world champions, and they did this without a super team. They did this without really the big superstar players, like when you have the big threes, and like we had Dwayne Wade and uh LeBron James, and I forgot the other guy they had on the Heat with them. Like they did this without a super team.
Yeah. Yep. These guys are just run of the mill people. I mean, I've heard on sports radio stations, I've heard of even TV, stations saying, Milwaukee's good. They're a good basketball team, but they're just good. Then that's all you ever hear. They're just good. They're not like they're
Right.
not real. I always hear they're not that top professional like the Heat, the Bulls. I mean, the Suns they've been there too a few times by all means, the Phoenix Suns. But to be honest with you, I mean,
I think it's been since
these
1992 or 1993 since the Suns has been in the NBA Finals.
but you know what? It took a group of people, a coach, and the staff, and tell them, listen, guys, we gotta make something happen. I mean, I mean, by all means, they put up the brand new stadium. Means the hope that maybe things would turn around. Well,
Not only did they build a brand new stadium though, but they built a whole training facility across the street from the stadium that's dedicated to the players.
so
Whether they need rehab or it's an extra gym over there to practice in, it's all they invested so much money into making this moment happen.
and you know what's the best thing about it is that they actually have that AAA team, basketball team, which is up in Oshkosh called the Wisconsin Herd.
That's
So
correct.
to me, I think it's a good way for any of those younger athletes that want to get into the NBA. I mean, no
Mm-hmm.
different. It's no
Hey
different
Cody.
it's no different like the Milwaukee Brewers, and they have the Wisconsin Timber Antlers, and then there's also those are kind of AA teams. Now they have AAA teams. By all means, think that's a great idea. First of all, it's not as maybe as you might not know the players. as well.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these younger kids are willing to come up to you and talk to you and shake your hand or give you a hug or whatever, a high five or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, you refer
Because
you referring to the D League. They call theirs the D League team in
the like,
in,
okay,
in NBA. Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
And to me, I think that is, I think that's a great start. I mean, to me, if someone was gonna, they're going to college, and I'm studying so and so, but you know what, I really want to do sports. I want to do hockey, or I want to do basketball, or I want to do football, or else. By all means, I think a lot of these college teams. There's even I've heard some technical colleges even in the other states actually getting together as a group and making their own kind of like private, you know, teams, which I think is phenomenal that private like universities and tech colleges are getting together. Wisconsin actually is working on that too, actually. It's trying to get some of these kids in technical that want to actually play sports.
Uh huh.
Just, maybe they might not get, into their, field, but maybe have this as a kind of a back. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Nope.
Um,
I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
I mean, Marion University is actually connected. Marion University out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin is connected with the UW system. So UW, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, and Fire Valley. So if you want to play sports, guess what? You can play sports.
Yeah.
And you don't got to be in Oshkosh. You can be down here in Fond du Lac. You can be down in the Fond du Lac area if you want to. And I think that's awesome. I think that's phenomenal that these kids in college can still play sports. It's a big deal. Sports is always going to be a big thing. Those people that love
Yeah.
that action and love whatever it is about whatever it is, it's like about basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, whatever it is, whatever you like, soccer,
Mm-hmm.
by all means. I mean, it's great.
Yep. And we drafted Giannis, I believe, 8 years ago. And when we drafted Giannis 8 years ago, our team only won 15 games that season.
That's
We
it.
were considered the worst team in the NBA 8 years ago. And now look at us now. And then one of the things that really got me is when they were doing the celebration thing at the end, and I heard Giannis say, "Thank you, Milwaukee, for believing in me." And I was like, that this man literally put a whole teams and a city on his back and carried it to a championship. And I was
Yeah.
just like, wow. And then think about it, he feels the energy and the love from this city. It is the same energy that we feel from him. Like, there's not a lot of people, like, he had the chance to leave and go to a super team and go somewhere else and win a championship. And he chose to stay here in Milwaukee and do it the hard way.
Yeah.
And
I
he got his championship.
I think, to me, this is just my thoughts. I think he's going to be the next Jordan, the next LeBron James, the next, I think Giannis is gonna be the next. I think, yes, really, he's gonna be on that because we may and may not win every year, but if we get into the finals and everything else, every year's gonna be different. Maybe by all means, that'd be awesome to go, back to back to back. I'd love to see 3, 4 in a
Yeah,
row,
that'd
but
be
for the Bucks.
awesome.
I mean, I would, if it's no different like you have Christian Yelich with the Brewers. Well, it means he's not going anywhere. He said, I ain't going anywhere. I'm staying right here in Milwaukee. That's the thing. Those people actually, and they're not there for the money. They're there because this is what they love to do. This is their career.
Yeah,
They love
and
doing it.
they love the city because they know that this city will literally through thick and thin will support you. Like that's just what this city does when it comes to things like this. And then today I went to the parade. I posted some of the footage on my TikTok today from the parade, and I can just say it was even more people at that parade than the 100,000 that was probably there for the NBA Finals game. Like I literally, like when me and my brother was leaving from the parade, like these people literally drove down here. It was like at least six people in the back seat of a Chrysler, like 300 or something. I think it's a Chrysler
Sure.
200. They even had a person in the trunk of the car. That is just how much they want to come to Milwaukee and show their support for the Milwaukee Bucks winning the championship.
It
Like it was
is.
just amazing. Like we had former Bucks player Michael Redd was there, Brandon Jennings was there. We had Mandela Barnes, I believe, was there. I'm not sure. I believe he was there. Tony Evers was there. We had the mayor there. Who else was there? The county executive. So it was so many. Even Herb Cole came out.
Oh, there was Matt LaFleur from the Packers. There was Donald Driver showed up. He was
Yeah.
there.
And the
Um,
thing about it, they one thing they mentioned, and I'm so happy for Herb Cole. He could have sold the team to somebody who was going to move the team out of Milwaukee.
yeah.
So we 8 years, well, about eight, not 8 years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, we almost didn't have an NBA team here in Milwaukee. And Herb Cole, when he was selling the Milwaukee Bucks, he made sure that he was selling it to somebody who was going to keep the team in his city. Not only that, but Herb Cole invested money into Fires of Forum to get built also,
Oh, he
along
did.
with the new owners. Like a lot of people think that it just all came from public funding. Like, no, Herb Cole put money into Fires of Forum being built. The new owners put 100 million of their own dollars into Fires of Forum being built on top of the city putting in money. So this was a big investment that paid off big time. And then you were talking about where they're talking about expanding the Deer District. They're talking about doing it on the site of the old Bradley Center. And then where the other part that they expanded to, that's just been an empty lot that sat there for years. So it'll be so interesting to see what they expand the Deer District out to.
I mean, I would like to see. I'd like to see like a little like a little vendor kind of a little setup. Maybe have like an area, set up for like the food trucks. Not just a few, but like
Oh,
a
they
lot.
had well,
You know.
the food trucks can park on right there in between. So it's a
Okay.
street that runs in between there, so it can park like right there on McKinley Avenue. That's where food trucks are normally parked at. But so it's space for like food trucks and everything. But like across like like the deer, so like in the Deer District, like right across the district is from there. It's called the Mecca, which a lot of people don't know that the Mecca was the original Bucks arena that they played in.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually built their own restaurants and sports bars right there in the district for people to go to. So not only did they just built this brand new arena for for just for the sake of building one and having a new arena, but they actually brought businesses to the city and jobs. And it's just going to continue to grow. And I'm so happy.
And we can't ask for nothing more. I mean, 1974 was a long time, even for all of us who are around. Really.
I wasn't
Um,
born, neither was Kami.
no, neither was I. I wasn't even around then
Well,
too.
speaking of
But
Kami, have you seen Kami's on our TikTok live right now? Kami, have you seen any of the shenanigans going on in Milwaukee since the Bucks won the championship? I don't know what else they have planned. Like I'm trying to do my best. I want to get tickets to the home opener just so I can see that banner go up in the rafters when they lift the banner up and do they do the ring presentation. I'm so excited. Like I kept saying like I even though it's like I've seen them hoist that trophy up so many times now, and like literally in person, seeing them hoist this trophy up, it just still seems like wow, like this is for real. Like it still seems unbelievable that we're actually the NBA champions.
you know what? It was a blessing in disguise. It was a thing. And I think to me, I think that these guys worked their butts off. They all worked their butts off. They did. They really busted their hump to get where they wanted to go.
Right.
You know,
And the thing about it,
and they worked together as a team.
and the thing about it
That's
now,
the
if
thing. They
people
worked
don't
as a
know
team.
about Milwaukee, they know about Milwaukee now.
And everyone just thought, you said we you and I've talked to, you said about how Milwaukee's kind of crime ridden, this and that. To be honest with you, we're not going to go back into that. We just talked about a little while ago, but you know what? This is it legit. You know, these this goes to show you that a person goes into that sport and carries the team, teaches the team, educates the team, works with the team, and they all work together. And guess what happens? That trophy, you get that recognition, and it never goes away. It's always there. There'll be billboards forever in Milwaukee just having that up on there, by all means.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be billboards somewhere. They will always remind us in the future, 5, 10, 20 years from now, that in 2021, it was a successful year.
A magical, successful year that it was. Like I still feel high from the experience. And being down there with 65,000 people when it happened, it was just, oh my God, I just can't explain the feeling. Like, it was, to be honest, like a lot of people, like I had doubts that this was going to happen. Like, and it actually happened. Like I never lost faith in them, but it was just like at the beginning of the season, I would have never thought that the Milwaukee Bucks would have been NBA champions.
Mm-mm. You figure with the COVID and all the shit going on, and then everyone
Maybe,
gets
maybe
sent
that
home.
when Dante DiVincenzo went out and got injured, I was like, oh shit, we're screwed. Like we're really screwed. And then we lost the first two games of the finals. I'm like, oh crap, we're screwed. And then we came home and won those two games. Like I was like, oh my God, sign and release. Like, oh my crap, like this is really gonna happen. And then in game five, when we got that steal towards the end and we were playing in Phoenix and we got that steal towards the end, I felt my heart drop like, oh my God, we're really one step closer to this NBA championship. And like I said, I can't even imagine how they feel, especially for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton, who've been playing on the same team together for 8 years, which you have never seen two people play together for 8 years. You
No,
don't see
no,
that, and to
mm-mm,
see these two
no.
literally grow up and become NBA champions is just awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, to be honest with you, that most people stick around for a few years and they're like, what, this team ain't really working out. They're not really championship, or they're not, it's not. But you know what? Again, you keep working. These guys work together. They'll work together as a team, by all means. Awesome.
Right.
And it's so awesome.
And it all just came together. Like I said, it's just still like it's still a wow. It's a big wow. And the thing about it is, there were so many people doubting the Milwaukee Bucks, saying how crappy there was. Like the Milwaukee Bucks is never a contender. And now, I was like, now look at them. They're hoisting up the NBA championship trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy. They're lifting it
You
up.
know,
That trophy is here in Milwaukee.
you know what? Let's everyone. You know what? Let's all go ahead and raise our glasses, sodas, water, whatever you got. Let's all raise it up to the Milwaukee Bucks. And let's
I,
tell them
I'll drink to that.
congratulations. Congratulations to them and to all of us that are supporting them all the way through. This is all for us. This is all for them and us. That is so awesome. I wanted to
Now
do a cheers. We had to do one, and
we
I
have to
really
do
wanted to
one.
do one for them.
Now we just need the Brewers to bring home that championship,
Yes.
because
So
the Brewers have not won a world championship since the '50s. So they
oh,
need to make that happen.
we Yelich has got to get on top of this. So he's got to get going. They are on top of their on the National League. They actually are on top. So
Yes, we
they're
are
on.
number one in our conference right now.
So that's good. That's good. But we need to stay up there. We need to stay on
Yes.
top. We can't fall. We can't get below Chicago. We need to stay on top of everything. So we need to do. So we'll get there. And we hope that once the Brewers get their championship, maybe the Packers will get a chance to go back to the Super Bowl, and we'll have that, and hopefully maybe we can add to this by the Badgers making it back to the Rose Bowl, and not only will we have a three win, we'll have a four-time championship sports teams, four
No,
times.
Marcus is trying to get me drunk. He's trying to mix two different wines together. That's a dry. This is sweet. You can't mix those together.
Oh, that's gonna be a wild ride.
He's trying to have me like not being able to see where I'm going.
Oh, it's Marcus. No, we
I
have
already
to
don't
get through
have two
two
glasses
episodes,
already.
buddy. We got to do 2 episodes, buddy. So no, he's gonna stay alive for now.
Exactly. Oh no, I lost my earpiece.
Okay, well, he's gonna find his earpiece. I'll talk
Uh,
about. I'll talk a little bit about the Bucks while Martel's gonna find his earpiece. So we know that the Milwaukee Bucks they've been around for a long time, and to me, 1974 was the last time they actually won a championship. To by all means, if you actually are in that era, by all means, and if everyone would look up to see, like, the Bucks, who was on the team. I actually do not have that information. I'm sorry. I should actually have that ahead of time before we started. But to me, I think it is awesome that in the 20th, we are in the 21st century, and the Milwaukee Bucks get to make it. I don't follow basketball a lot, but I gotta be honest here. When they were making it right up to the top, I gotta be honest here. I was very, very happy about this. And when they actually had Facebook Live, and they were actually doing through a lot of the news stations, and you could see the Deer District and how things are going. And man, people were just so excited about it. By all means, it was a lot of fun. It was we really enjoy. Just the enthusiasm, the excitement. It was all there. All right, Martell, you're back. We got him back.
Yeah, I found it.
Yay, that's good. Well, that's good. I did a little history on the Bucks, which I don't have a lot of, but I did a little back check for everybody from 1974 till now. So that's all right. They got a little bit of a story.
Oh, it's 1971.
Oh, I thought it was 74.
No, it was 1971 was the last time the Bucks won a championship.
Oh, okay. So now I was wrong. So 74 was wrong. Okay, it was 71. I can't count my numbers apparently. That'd be 46 years. Okay, so 1971, my fault. That's okay. Even doing podcasts, we all make mistakes. We even do it. We all do it. The nice part about it is we're recorded, and this stuff doesn't get edited. So by all means, people, if I screw it up, you can just laugh at me and be like, Crystal, I gotta tell you, honey, you're wrong. Honey, you're wrong. You're wrong.
It's okay. They heard me pronounce the other podcast. Well, actually, this podcast name wrong. What was that the other week?
Oh yes, yeah,
Now,
so like
now that I had to edit.
2 weeks ago, Lily, I had to start the podcast because Mr. Martell was already kind of loopy from his Fruit Loops.
I'm on my third glass of wine now, so there's no telling what's going to happen here.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're here to have a good time. We're here to have a lot of fun.
Word.
What's what we do? We'll get that. If we get the Brewers get the world championship. We'll get the Packers to be world championships by all means. If the Badgers get to make it too,
I'm not too concerned about Packers winning the championship, considering that they won one in the last decade. So
that's true.
It's the only team we need to get to win a championship is the Brewers, and the Bucks won theirs. So we just need the Brewers to step their game up.
Yep. And if the Brewers make it, then we can actually say we do have legitimate good and good teams in Wisconsin, not just like you said, low on the totem pole, or just not good.
Because we are considered a small market city, so a lot of people don't believe small market cities can win championships, which Giannis and the rest of the team just proved wrong. And then there are a lot of people saying, "Oh well, if was that when we played Brooklyn and I think Kyrie or whenever the one Harden got hurt or something like that, they talking about the Bucks wouldn't have won." Like, yeah, if we have a healthy Milwaukee Bucks team, just like we beat them in the regular season, we would beat them in this series. It's no problem. Like I said, it all depends on if we had a healthy team also, which I think that's when Dante DiVincenzo got hurt during that series. So like I said, it just depends on if both teams were healthy, Milwaukee Bucks would have came out on top.
Oh yeah, by all means. There's going to be times. We even like last year. With 2020 COVID, I don't even know if the NBA even played much. I think they played a few games.
They played the whole entire season last year. Well, they played in the bubble last season. That's when it was in a bubble in Orlando, and all the games were played there. And that's when the Lakers won the championship last year. So yeah, they did play the full 82 games plus I believe the 16 plus you need to win a championship.
So but last year I don't really call it much of a.
That's because they did it virtual. So they had the virtual audience last year for the Red because they shut down in like I believe March or something like that. Right after All-Star the All-Star game is when they shut down they shut down for like a month or two. and then that's when everybody went into quarantine, and then they played inside the bubble in Orlando. So like literally all the play every any NBA worker or player, they were all living in Orlando for like 4 months for the rest of the NBA season
Oh,
until they team either didn't make the playoffs or they got eliminated from the playoffs.
crazy. They were all in Orlando playing. That's
Yeah, so
nuts.
they didn't have like they didn't see their kids, their wives, family members. They had no contact with the outside world besides on their phones, basically.
That sucks. And that's like it's like living in like solitude, 4 months. I mean, that's a long time. That's a long
Yeah, because I think by the time the NBA season shut down, at that time it was only halfway through the season, so I think they still had like 40 something games to go. And then, like I said, then if you play in the playoffs, you got to win 4 games within the series. So, like I said, you got to win 16. You got to win 16 games to get the championship.
I'm glad to see though that everybody, that the everyone out there that is like we talk about these COVID shots and people getting them, and
Hmm.
it's a legit thing. By all means, all those people in Pfizer Forum, I'm hoping that majority of them all had their shots, to go to the game, or maybe if they had, I don't know what
They had
stipulations
people.
are now with COVID.
They had people down there, so they were saying if you're not vaccinated, they recommend you wearing a mask. But people weren't going to wear the mask anyway.
Yeah,
And then
no,
they had people down there giving out the COVID vaccines for free.
there you go. But by all means, by all means, it's not going to go away on its own. This thing's not going to go away. But you know what? At least 2021, we're kind of getting back to some normalcy. And if this is our start to some solid wins, is the Bucks coming back from something that we haven't seen in forever, and to see something positive to me, see some. This is just my thoughts. See some positive come from all the crap and COVID and stuff that's been going on and locking us down. To
Mm-hmm.
see a complete 360 and see people out and about interacting with our people and be able to see a team rise up that we said people just thought small town teams, they're not that good, or this, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are on top.
And and just think now, mind you, be doing my 29th anniversary next year. Um, but just think that I'm 29. And the last time the Bucks won a championship, my mother was 11 years old.
That's when they actually made it.
They won a
Wow.
championship. My mother was 11 years old the last time they won a championship.
But your mom was 11.
Yes.
Wow.
Oop,
That was the 70s. That's
nope.
begin the 70s. That's crazy. You know what? Though I was kind of curious, and I didn't really look into this in this try show. I was kind of curious who was actually on the team in the 70s, who were
I
actually some of the
forgot.
players.
All the person they really talk about is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He
That's
was
what I heard
the
about. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about I don't really know any of the other players because that was like nearly 3 decades before I was born.
Mhm.
Well, 2 decades before I was born. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it'd be interesting to find out. But yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one. Yep. I mean, there's probably was some other, just maybe not run of the mill big name stuff. By all
I
means,
mean, like at that time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was like the star of the team, like how Giannis is to us now,
Oh
which
yeah,
which is crazy. I'm surprised they let him be a part of the NBA Finals the way they did because earlier in the season he actually said that the Bucks wasn't going to win a championship,
yeah, yeah. And
and it's like he they proved him wrong.
even I believe it's Steven Smith from
Oh,
ESPN.
Stephen A, that asshole.
So his comment was about Milwaukee, if I remember correctly. This was something I actually was reading
Yeah,
online. Was like, well, Milwaukee isn't a contender team, and they're not as good as
he
these
he didn't he
teams,
didn't
and
like
blah blah, and
Milwaukee.
this and that.
He said Milwaukee was the worst city ever to host the NBA Finals, is what he said.
So
And they wasn't, and I bet even himself wasn't expecting over 100,000 people to show up for the NBA Finals.
Oh no, and he didn't plan that. By all means, ESPN was here. They were there. By all
Mm-hmm.
means, he wasn't anywhere around because I'm just curious. Did ESPN actually tell him to stay home? I wonder if they
Very
told him
good
to stay
plug in.
home after that comment. I wonder if they actually just told him to stay home and don't come. If you don't believe in this team, don't show up.
Right.
And I bet you they probably did. This is probably from executives, probably right up on top, saying, you know what? You open your mouth, that's it. By all means. I mean, it's a simple. It's simple. You know, with podcasting, we're not on live TV. We do our live TikToks, which is our second time around. But you know
Right.
what? We're not here to get nothing's gonna everything. We're gonna try. We just have fun. We'll talk about something and get into it. We don't get into too crazy much stuff, and we don't. We just have fun.
Right. It's about having fun and right now celebrating our Milwaukee Bucks winning the NBA championship.
I think it's a great thing. When I have my surgery in October, I'm actually going to get. So there's actually a comedian called Charlie Barons, and he actually has a lot of. He's a comedian. And he actually has a T-shirt that says "Deer Crossing" and "Watch out for deer." And I think it's so hilarious. He's a comedian. Again, he's from Wisconsin, and I think it's so funny because I'm gonna wear that shirt and I'm gonna wear a Bucks hat when I go on my surgery out there. You bet. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show them where we're at. You
you
bet.
you know what's the craziest thing though?
Hmm.
Most of the celebrities who came to watch the NBA finals in person, they all came to Milwaukee when they had that game 5 in Phoenix. Only person they had there, I think, was like LeBron James and somebody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else, we had like Dave Chappelle, we had everybody, like a lot of people from the Brewers, we had a
Um.
lot of people from the Packers, we had Donald Driver
Yeah.
was there, we had Gucci Mane, we had Chance the Rapper, we had so many people here in Milwaukee to cheer on the Bucks. All these celebrities came to Milwaukee for the Bucks, and none of them showed up to Phoenix.
No.
Not one.
No. No.
And the only
No.
reason why LeBron James was at the Phoenix game in game 5 is because he wanted Phoenix to win.
And they didn't. And LeBron James is I don't know if he's bad luck for him now. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But
Maybe. And
by all means.
you know
But
the you know one thing that's more crazy though?
hmm,
Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday are going over to, I believe, in a week. They got to fly over to Tokyo to play on the NBA Olympic team, US Team
oh
USA for the Olympics.
yeah.
They have to share a flight with Devin Booker, who played for the Phoenix, who they beat for the NBA championship.
Oh
In about a week
no.
or in about a week or two, they're going to be on a flight together for, I think it's like 12 hours to Tokyo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is going to be the most awkward yet hilarious flights.
Oh,
I said I really wish I could be like a fly on the wall in that airplane or something to see that. And the thing about it is, they were such sore losers. Like normally at the end, when a team wins the finals and win a championship, the losing team normally
yeah.
goes over and like do the handshake, like congratulate them on winning. They
Mhm.
stormed off like babies and went straight to the locker room when the game was over.
Really?
They showed no
Oh, I
respect
didn't see the end
whatsoever.
of it.
Yeah, they showed no respect whatsoever.
Well, then you know what? To be honest, with you know what? If I were in that area or something like that, I went out to Arizona, and I would wear my Bucks attire like nobody's business, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm not here to rub it off. I'm here because guess what? My team's professional. My team is professional.
Right.
There it is.
And
Just
on top of that, this is gonna be quite hilarious. When the Phoenix arrived back in when the Phoenix Suns arrived back in Arizona after losing the NBA championship, guess how many people was outside the airport waiting on them?
nobody.
They had one fan waiting for them outside the arena. When the Bucks lost games 1 and 2 in Phoenix and they
Mhm.
came back home, guess what? There were hundreds, probably 1,000 Bucks fans waiting for them when they arrived here in Milwaukee from Phoenix, even after losing the game. That just shows how much Milwaukee people support their team.
It demands loss or win. You know what? We're gonna stand behind them. I mean, we've seen the Packers up and down. We've seen the Brewers up and down. By all means, if you're gonna be in sport, if you like sports, stand with your team. Stand
Yeah,
with always.
through win or losing.
It doesn't make nervous.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
So, 1 second. Alrighty. I
Well,
want to
that
think. Huh?
go ahead. No,
No,
I'm sorry.
go
I'm
ahead. Go
cutting him
ahead.
off right away. So first of all, this has been kind of our special edition podcast. I want to tell everyone. I know I kind of hit the button ahead of Martel, and this is our special podcast about the Milwaukee Bucks.
The
Congratulations
2021
on
NBA champions.
congratulations to them.
Woo!
That is so awesome. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you. We're so proud of the fans, not just in Milwaukee, okay, not just in Wisconsin, okay, because we know there's Buck fans all over the
We,
U.S. and all over the
we
world.
had
By all means.
when I was down at I believe was it the parade? No, when we was down there for the game where the Bucks won the championships, I ran into people and was talking to people. We had people that came from Tennessee. We had people that came from New York. We had people that came from Washington. My cousin who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, flew from Phoenix, Arizona to see the Milwaukee Bucks win that championship here in Milwaukee. So there are Bucks fans all over the world. Thank y'all for coming and supporting the Milwaukee Bucks as they won their second NBA championship. Thank y'all so much for that. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. And just a reminder, I just found out today that let me get the proper name of it because I drink and forget stuff. But the podcast is now available on a new streaming service that I never knew it existed. And they contacted me today to let me know that they are now streaming the podcast on there. So it's called the Reasons.fm. Reasons.fm is where you can go and stream the podcast. You can actually subscribe and you can also leave comments on there too to let us know how we're doing. So make sure you guys head over to Reasons if you want to use that as an option to connect with us also. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on there. And you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok, and the Facebook at Martel Rowland.
You can also check out Crystal B on Facebook at Crystal B. You can check me out on Snapchat at DJ FarmKid131, and you can check me out on the TikTok as Miss Care Bear WR. So by all means, if you do see us out and about when we on our travels, by all means, if you'd like us to actually, you see us with you have one of the Bucks shirts or hats, and you would actually like us to sign it from Same Cast Different Day, by all means, we are actually extending that out. We will go ahead and we will sign that for you. Now, don't remember, we're not big celebrities yet, but by all means, if you even have a Bucks, Brewers, Badgers, or a Packers, by all means, we'll be more than glad to sign it for you. And to tell you, by the way, congratulations one more time to the World Championship Milwaukee Bucks, 2021 World Champions.
This has been Same Cast Different Day podcast, an official Bucks Suns production. Thank you for tuning in.